exploring the multiverse of pop culture.
This is Podcasserole.
An Adam and JP show.
I'm so sad.
Why is that?
Halloween's over.
Good joke there. Good trick.
You make the call. Do we start over, or do you want to leave that
Let's
in?
keep it rolling. That's good. I like that.
So we need to explain what just happened.
Yeah, the mic totally just
collapsed.
Just shat on me.
As you went.
What a setup. We've changed locations of recording. That was a trick, wasn't it? That was good.
You fell for it. You fell for my joke.
Now I'm just scared it's going to happen again.
Well, we have moved to our winter studios.
Yeah, we're still working out the kinks.
I guess so. There's you have a lot more desk space.
I like
You
this.
can get comfortable.
I can do like a senior picture pose over here.
You really could.
Yeah.
I don't know about the craftsmanship of that particular stand. It
Oh,
could be a
yeah.
little wobbly.
That's the old school. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the OG stand I used to put my balls on.
Yeah, I remember that.
The Christmas balls
Christmas
that would hang,
balls.
yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Right, it's Christmas ball, yeah.
Maybe since we're going to be up here through Christmas, we'll decorate again.
Yeah.
We'll decorate the
Yeah.
Studio B.
It's so serene and quiet, not only because of the new location, but the last two shows we had a whole crew up in here. You
Yes,
know?
we did.
Yeah.
Once again, thanks to Mel and Josh.
Yeah, now it's all quiet.
It is very quiet.
You know.
It is very quiet.
Yeah. Oh, now I'm louder.
Yeah, you flipped your you raised your dB.
Okay.
I think it's over here on this side. There you go.
Wow, what in the world? Am I good now?
I think you're back. Now you lowered your dB.
What in the world? We're working this out.
Stick with it. This is just the rehearsal. We're going to come back. We're going to do the real show in about 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's how it's going to work. Okay, we're good now.
Yes, I am sad because Halloween is over.
Right, yeah. Same here. You said you weren't going to hang at the house and hand out candy, but you did.
We sure did.
You did do that.
We threw the world a swerve
right
at the end.
Yeah.
And handed out candy.
Yeah.
And had the most trick-or-treaters last night than we've ever had.
Really?
At one point, I kid you not, a small tractor pulling a trailer
Those are fun.
pulled up with a bunch of kids on the back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was fun.
What kind of candy did you give out? What did you have?
We had some...
the Halloween candy talk continues into November.
We had some Reese's peanut butter cups.
Okay, yeah.
We had... If you go back and listen to our candy episode, everything we talked about was represented.
Oh, nice.
There was some Baby Ruth.
Even Smarties?
There were no Smarties.
Charleston Chews?
There were no Charleston. Okay, not everything. There were some Three Musketeers.
Yeah.
The Pride of Alabama.
Right, yeah.
There was some Butterfinger.
Skittles
Baby
were
Ruth.
big, you know.
No Skittles.
What about saltwater taffy?
No saltwater taffy.
Well, you just lied to me. Everything we talked about was not in
All
there.
the chocolate stuff we talked about.
Okay.
All the chocolate candies.
Yeah.
Reese's, Snickers.
Uh-huh.
That's about it.
Is a Mars bar a thing here in the U.S.? Is that a thing?
Mm-hmm.
A Mars bar? I know the Mars company makes M&Ms and the likes, but is a Mars bar a thing?
Have you never had a Mars
I've
bar?
never seen a Mars bar.
They're fantastic.
I was watching a Canadian streamer last night on Twitch, and they were eating a Mars bar. Like, what is this Canadian witchcraft?
And drinking milk from a bag.
Yeah.
They're crazy. They're crazy in Canada. They're out of control.
So I know what a Mars... I think I've heard of a Mars bar, but I've never seen a Mars bar.
I have seen a Mars bar.
Yeah.
I have had I have ingested a Mars
so
bar.
you can walk into a gas station here and
buy a Mars bar.
Really?
Yeah.
How have I never done that?
I don't know.
Oh, wow.
Because you've been to a lot of gas stations.
Yeah, a lot of candy bars.
You've had a lot of
gas
candy.
Yeah. I've eaten my fair share of whatchamacallits, but never even tasted a Mars bar.
Mars bars are good.
Huh.
They're smaller than a traditional candy bar.
Gotcha. That's why I don't mess with that.
Have full nuts in them.
Yeah, see, nuts and small, I'm good.
Full almond in a Mars bar.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Well, half.
Yeah. Half an almond? Like a sliver. Like the sliver?
Maybe it's a sliver.
Like a full length of a half almond sliver.
It looks like a full one.
Yeah.
But it's not. It can't be.
Yeah.
Because it'd be half the bar. They're
Wow.
small.
Okay.
Small bars. That's what I'm talking about. Welcome to Small Bars. I'm Jay Patrick.
But now it's time to give thanks. It's almost time for it. We won't have a favorite Thanksgiving food episode, I promise.
In the echelon of holidays, we've peaked for the year as far as I'm concerned.
It's all downhill from here.
It is all downhill from
Yeah. Well, Christmas is fun.
here. It's all right.
We have fun Christmas.
And then it's New
But Halloween
Year's.
is the
then
Valentine's Day. Then rinse and repeat. Easter.
Yeah. But then you get St. Patrick's Day.
And right after Easter, we start back with Halloween again. It's the halfway point, yeah?
But right around Memorial Day, I start feeling good again. Like, okay, we're starting to get into the holidays I can get behind.
Yeah.
Memorial Day,
Yeah.
4th of July, Labor Day, Halloween. These are the holidays
Those
I
are your
like.
one- yeah.
These are the ones I enjoy.
I'm still a little bit later. Like the Memorial Day is kind of, and 4th of July, a little hot.
It's
A
warm,
little warm.
but the sun's out.
Yes, that's the problem.
Plenty of vitamin
Like
C.
in a few
reaching your
days here
system.
when the time turns back, oh yeah. Big Daddy's ready.
It was so windy today with leaves blowing all over the place.
Yeah.
The day after Halloween,
Yeah.
it's full-on fall
Yeah.
in Middle Tennessee.
Yeah.
Or autumn,
Mm-hmm.
whichever you prefer.
Fall.
Do you have any, before we put Halloween 2018 completely in the books, any thoughts on the Super Show?
That was great. It was a fun time.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was a lot of spirits.
Yeah.
A lot of spirits. A
Of all kinds.
lot of Halloween spirits going on.
I do think before we close the book officially on Halloween 2018, everyone should go see Halloween 2018.
You've seen it.
Yeah.
I have not.
Yeah.
So some non-spoiler thoughts.
Non-spoiler thoughts.
I like how I only want the non-spoiler thoughts
Yeah.
if I haven't seen it.
It's true. If you've seen it, you just blurt it out, don't you?
I spoil it for everybody.
It's fantastic. It's been, over 2 weeks now since I saw it, when it came, the night it came out. Fantastic, really. Like, it's very well done. It's kind of like when you think back at the time whenever Sam Raimi's Spider-Man came out, I thought that was the best of the best. But as time goes on, different iterations, different actors, directors, takes on the character, you kind of realize that wasn't the best. The same thing happened to me with, not the originals, those still hold a special place, but that middle ground Rob Zombie time.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they were great at the time, but I see now the way it should be 40 years later. Yeah, go do it.
So you're really impressed with the work the director did and the
for sure.
script that Danny McBride helped
without
write.
a doubt. It's very paced very well.
Did it take you back to the original Halloween?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I understand there's a lot of Easter eggs for Halloween fans in this new movie.
Yeah. Just small stuff. Yeah.
You were telling me about the mask.
Right, yeah.
And I don't think that's a spoiler.
No, you see that in the trailer.
You can tell me.
Yeah. In the, for Rob Zombie example, for instance, you have that long distance and they try to age. In Rob Zombie's movie, Michael Myers is a small 10-year-old boy at that point, had the Shatner mask and hid it under the floorboards and came back years later to get it. It was kind of aged, kind of decayed, kind of rotting. And the way it looked was the actual mask they took and they just kind of doctored it up a little bit. Where this mask now, 40 years later, looks like it's actually aged. And what's kind of cool about that is with the mask aging, it looks like a person aging, if that makes sense. The chin's kind of receding, the mouth is kind of drawn in with the gums, everything's kind of almost droopy. It's a cool concept because you see Michael Myers, you think of that as his face. The shape is the face, and of course he is aging, and the mask aged properly with him. It was much better done, if you ask me. It was good,
and that goes right in line with the idea that none of the other films happened, and this is
right.
The kid that you meet in the opening scene, with the heavy breathing underneath the mask. At the very beginning of the first Halloween.
Right, yeah. That's him.
That's really cool.
Crazy, right?
Jamie Lee Curtis in this?
Oh, yeah. She's fantastic. As good as she could have been.
Activia.
It's also good. It's really good.
Better performance than H20?
Without a doubt.
H20?
Without a doubt.
Which seems to be a controversy that I'm not aware of.
It's not a water Halloween movie. H2O.
So you're going with H20?
I'm H20.
I'm pretty sure the promotional materials called it Halloween H2O.
But O was a letter, not a number.
Yeah, but it was hip in the late 90s.
But and H2O means water. Like it in no way is that right.
Well,
if it was on like a submarine, sure.
Well,
H2O, I could see it. But go see it. It's without spoiling it. It very well paced, and I had to think about it afterwards. Just even the violence is so well paced. The first kill you see is a quiet little neck snap, and by the end, the final kill, it is gore beyond gore.
Really?
It's like that. Yeah, it's that well paced. It's so gradual. You don't you don't. It never takes you out of the moment.
Because that is one of the things that I think is a standout for the first Halloween movie. Not that gory. It's really not.
Not at all. No.
I watched the original Halloween the other night, and as I've seen it so many times, now I'm starting to notice things that I just kind of let slip. How weird is it that Judith Meyer's headstone is in the bedroom at the end of it?
Yeah.
Like,
that plays a role, and remember that too.
Really?
Yeah, it plays a role. Yeah, you'll see.
Really?
Yeah.
Because here's the thought I had. So let me get this straight. While Michael Myers is roaming around being a creep through the first quarter of this movie, at some point he went to the cemetery and dug up the headstone, cleaned it,
right,
and just had it hiding to do this very dramatic scene in the bedroom at some point. Two things about Michael Myers we never thought. He's crafty,
right,
and a bit artsy.
That's true, yeah.
And has a taste for the dramatic.
Yeah. He can drive pretty well.
He can
At least
drive.
they acknowledge that in the movie. It's ridiculous, but it's acknowledged,
In the new Halloween?
No, in the first one.
Oh, yeah.
They talk about, like, they ask Loomis, how can he drive? It's like, I don't know, but he did. Something to that effect.
Loomis.
Yeah.
At the end of the original Halloween.
Uh-huh.
Again, this is one of the things that I just picked up on. When he just shouts over and over again, I shot him 6 times.
Yeah.
I shot him 6 times. Like in near tears. Oh, no. It's the beginning of Halloween 2.
Right.
It's the beginning of Halloween 2.
Yeah.
He's very dramatic. He's more over-the-top dramatic in Halloween 2 than he is in Halloween. Though he is,
with all respect,
pretty hammy in the first Halloween.
With all respect, I'm glad that character is not in here, in the newest one.
Do they acknowledge Loomis in any
Yeah,
point?
for sure, yeah.
Because honestly, if you're going to do away with all the Halloweens past the first one,
Yeah.
Loomis doesn't have to be acknowledged at all.
They do. They speak, and that's in the first 10 minutes this happens, so no big spoiler. But the filmmakers are so smart and so meta and know what the crowd thinks. You meet a new doctor in your head, like, oh, that's a new Loomis. And shortly after your head says that, Jamie Lee Curtis is like, oh, you're the new Loomis.
That's great.
Yeah, stuff like that happens. Yeah. They're that smart with it. They know what the fans think. They were there before you got there. You think you're being a smart in the horror movie world by doing that. You think you know what's going to happen, but they'll kind of say, oh, yeah, we wrote this movie 2 years ago knowing you would think that. So that's how smart you are. It's kind of cool.
So what has Jamie Lee Curtis been up to since the original Halloween? Just sitting around waiting for Michael Myers
pretty
to
much
return?
bored. Yeah, once again, in the first 10 minutes you realize this, but 2 failed marriages. She had a child out of wedlock. I mean, everything's kind of just craziness for her. So she has a kid. At the age of 12, her child was taken away because she wasn't fit to raise a child. She would have child services come over, and she's living in this almost fort with locks and doors and trap doors and basements and guns everywhere. And she wasn't fit to be a mother. So at the age of 12, her daughter's taken away. And so her daughter has this kind of angst and anger towards Laurie Strode for being this crazy and almost senile this whole time. It's kind of nuts.
So she's basically Linda Hamilton from Terminator.
She is, yeah. She's kind of Sarah Connor-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen that relation. Yeah.
Well, I won't ask anymore because I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah.
But you were very pleased with it.
Without a doubt, yeah.
And you're a hard man to please when it comes to horror movies.
Sometimes,
Unless
sometimes.
it's Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Sometimes. I think without a doubt, like I think I told you off the mic here, but with this and with last year's it gives me hope for the upcoming future of horror movies. I just want to have that kind of talent and skill and love for the horror genre put into new projects. I love remakes. I love the idea of the good sequels and reboots. I love those franchises thriving, but I want to see these kind of people, these writers, these directors with fresh ideas for movies that'll have a part 10, 30 years from now.
If you were to pick a classic franchise to get this treatment for, and I think I've asked you this, but I'm curious if your answer has changed after seeing this Halloween. What franchise would you like to see have this treatment where it's kind of even if you retcon to where it goes back to maybe the first installment before, because most of these franchises do go off the rails.
Oh yeah, for sure.
As they go along. Do you have one in mind that you would like to see come back in the next 3 to 4 years?
It's so tough to think about.
Because horror is in a renaissance right now.
Yeah, I want to think that.
It is.
Yeah.
I think it is. I mean, look how much money Halloween made.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
And it's, you can thank the guys over at Blumhouse because they are bringing this kind of horror renaissance back. I mean, you have the Insidious movies and you have the Conjuring movies, which I know that if it's a PG-13 horror movie, you're not a huge fan of.
Yeah.
But then you get like this one, like Halloween.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a Blumhouse, but it last year.
Right.
So you're kind of getting these well-made, well-thought, basically fan films.
Yeah.
I mean, this Halloween is a fan film.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I mean, that's what I was trying to tell my wife about that. You think of, every single Friday the 13th movie with like the classic Jason, those movies are terrible. They're not well made, terrible acting, terrible scripts. I mean, it's just terrible. The campiness, it's a borderline cheese factor to it. It's almost like the beginning of it's so bad it's good. When they're actually not, they're not well made. I love them.
No,
I love them with my heart. But as far as filmmaking, it's pretty bad. But you have this now, that same love, the concept, the idea, with fantastic cinematography, fantastic actors, fantastic scripts. It's a good combo. And it's kind of cool to see it happen like that. Same with It last year, I believe. The same thing happened.
So, is it Friday the 13th for you?
What's that, like
If
I
you were going to see something come back.
Every single one of these have been tried. I mean, this is the...
But not like this.
Yeah.
Because you can even say they tried Halloween.
Right.
In the late 90s.
Yeah.
And
Well, even Rob Zombie's remake of the,
that went into the 2000s.
Yeah.
But not like this, where you have someone who is truly a fan and is trying to make a film in the spirit of that first film in the franchise.
The problem is, I think most filmmakers would say that. I mean, in 2013, we had the Texas Chainsaw movie, 3D at the time, and it was the exact same concept. It was a direct sequel to the first one, and the other ones never happened. It was the exact same idea. And it was all right, but it was not executed this well.
I think part of that is, and use Rob Zombie as an example, I think that's his interpretation of a Halloween movie.
Yeah.
I think that's what he made. If Rob Zombie made a Halloween movie, not Rob Zombie making a movie in the spirit of the original Halloween, what would a Rob Zombie Halloween movie seem like? And I think that's the mistake that was made, probably even with the Texas Chainsaw. And I know it's the mistake that was made with Nightmare on Elm Street.
The remake.
What was that, in 2000?
I want to say
9? 10?
I think 8.
8?
I think that was right before the Friday the 13th, which was 09, I want to say. Yeah.
And it was just...
Yeah, that was rough.
They were trying to do a smart version rather than, and a believable version rather than a version in the spirit of the original.
Yeah.
Which, it wasn't horror. I think that's what Bryan Singer attempted to do with his Superman Returns, was make a movie in the spirit of the original. And we may talk more about that next week.
Right, yeah.
So you haven't picked one yet.
Oh, man, it's tough because they're all, in my head, they've all been not ruined, but I guess Friday the 13th. But if you're saying that means a continuation right after the first one ends.
Well, with that one, you'd have to go to the third one.
I guess.
If you want Jason Voorhees.
Yeah. That's what's tough about it. You can't
or the classic hockey mask wearing Jason Voorhees.
Yeah.
You would almost, unless you introduce the hockey mask in a direct follow up to the first one.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think Friday the 13th retconned from the first one, and then like they do with Halloween, you're going to make a direct sequel to that very first one. That could be pretty interesting.
Yeah, a new take on that. I believe so.
Because I think the right person could continue that Camp Crystal Lake.
The Friday the community is so tough, though. When they have that 4-time Kane Hodder and people live and breathe that man, and there's no way he could come back and do that now. I mean, he could. He's still doing horror movies.
Yeah, he
like
just
the
has to
Hatchet
stand
series.
there.
Yeah.
Because the Michael Myers, I know the original one, I forget the actor's name. He came back, but that wasn't always him in the movie.
Yeah, kind of, Peter Mayhew Chewbacca'd him, pretty much.
Yeah. Which they did the same
Castle,
thing with Kane Hodder.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
And I think the fans would appreciate that.
Yeah.
I think The Force Awakens was a fan film.
What?
I think it was.
Yeah.
I think it's just what we are getting are ultimate fan films. Because these filmmakers grew up with these movies.
Yeah.
And the writers.
Yeah.
So.
But is there anything now? That's what I'm saying. There's Halloween from the 70s, Star Wars from the 70s, all these classic movies, decades old. They're having reboots, remakes, retcons, and they're going to be huge in the foreseeable future. Like, what is happening now, original, be it sci-fi or horror, that's going to have that longevity? I don't see it. It scares me. I want these guys with this fantastic talent and skill to use that for original stuff. Give me a horror movie that actually scares me and takes me on for decades to come. Give me one that has, a possibility of 10 sequels.
Not unless it's a genre movie,
Yeah.
like a Marvel film.
Yeah. It's still not original. It's still based off of a comic itself,
But straight original.
Yeah. Think about it.
The Conjuring movies, maybe.
Yeah.
Did you say that?
No, but that's
It follows. It follows. That was an
Yeah.
original story.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Witch
I guess.
was an original story.
Don't you want like longevity of like that's what I'm missing.
Insidious.
Sequelitis. I'm missing
Yeah.
sequelitis.
Well,
I
I
think-
think you're missing slasher films
Yeah. I guess so.
because all these have more installments. They're just
Right.
not slasher movies.
Yeah.
They're more.
yeah.
I don't want to say smart horror because that would be the wrong term to use, but they're more mythology-based
Yeah.
horror than slashers.
I'm a big wrestling fan. I love a good return after an injury or a firing, a good pop from the crowd, and I think that's why I like Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees much more so than Freddy Krueger. Freddy never left and had a big pop comeback where Michael and Jason both had that. It was huge.
It's true.
Think about it.
It is true.
I mean, do you ever forget the first time you see Jason Voorhees come back to life when he has the electric rod through his chest, the lightning hits, and he comes around and that turnaround with a lightning strike and the zoom in his eyes? That's iconic.
Well, Freddy had the one at the end of the original Nightmare on Elm Street.
Which one? Like the pull through the door? What are you talking about?
Well, it's almost twice within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
There's the one
But he
where
was never gone, though. I mean, I'm talking
he's
like a whole,
into the bed.
Yeah.
He goes into the bed and then comes up, and that's the scene where like the sheets being pulled down
Mhm.
over his head. And then she realizes that it's a dream, and she declares that she takes all the power from Freddy. And when she opens the door, it's a foggy morning, and then there's all her friends,
Mhm.
including the first one to go in the movie,
Johnny Depp?
Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
He's in the car, and then everything's fine, and then you get that sense there's a problem when you see the roof close on the convertible, and it's the sweater colors.
Yeah.
And then at the very end, the arm comes through the door and grabs her mom.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a Freddy pop.
I mean, it popped like to be gone a whole, there's Halloween Part 3 with Zero Michael Myers. There's Jason.
At the very beginning of the movie, he comes back.
Yeah. Oh. Well, which
Is
one?
that what you're saying? No, that's what you're saying.
No, I mean, like, there should be, for those franchises, there's a whole installment with Zero of the main guy. You know what I mean? Like, Part 3 of Halloween, there was no Michael Myers. Part 5 of Friday the 13th, no Jason Voorhees.
Right.
I think to have that big pop, the return of, the revenge of, it's a big pop.
True.
Whenever, Michael Myers comes back for Jamie Lloyd, his niece, a huge pop. When Jason Voorhees comes after Tommy, big pop. I think Freddy never left to have the big pop come
I follow
back.
you now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There was never a Nightmare on Elm Street movie without him in it. is
Exactly,
what
yeah.
you're saying.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
But he always does make the debut at the beginning of the movie
Mhm.
somewhere.
Yeah.
It's all normal until Freddy shows up. Except for the second one, he's in the very beginning. Robert Englund is almost the first person you see in that movie.
Wow.
Because he's the school bus driver.
Yeah, you're right. Go watch that Goldberg's episode of Freddy.
Maybe not.
It's bad. I'm so sad it's the last time really he'll ever be in that makeup in media. That's the final stamp on the Freddy Krueger legacy is that piece of garbage. It's terrible. As comedic as the fat neck, it's terrible.
Like I told you,
Yeah.
the TV show, Freddy's Nightmares,
Yeah.
is pretty bad.
I was in the middle of his mix.
Yeah.
This is long afterwards. He could have righted the wrongs.
That was the best example of we forgot what the character Freddy Krueger, like his actual backstory.
Oh, yeah.
When he's, laughing it up and
Mhm.
doing pratfalls on a TV show. You forget, oh yeah, this guy was burned because he abused children.
Right. Yeah.
Totally forgot that.
Small detail.
We forgot that somewhere along the way in the mythos of Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
So coming up, we're going to do our favorite songs from 1993.
Right.
Should we be honest about what we almost did?
Yeah, we should.
We almost did our favorite songs from 1999
Which has been done before.
last year.
Like last year, yeah. You start repeating things,
About a year and a half ago.
We're old now.
We did our favorite songs from 1999. So we're going to do our favorite songs from 1993,
It's been 25 years, so that's good. It's a good quarter-century rundown.
which makes this a music episode,
Uh-huh.
which means we have to play that hits the Spotify.
It's going down.
Adam, if you've never played That Hits the Spotify, how does it work?
You, which is this week, you are the host of the game show, will pick an artist for me, the contestant, to pick the top 5 songs streamed on Spotify from that certain artist. That's how that works.
And you try to say, have we ever had a perfect 5
No,
between the two of us?
I don't believe so. It's tough. Even if you think, even playing at home, you're like, it's easy. When you're on the mic here,
Yeah.
and the seat is hot, things are different.
You are in the hot seat.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you 3 artists
Okay.
for this week's That Hits the Spotify.
Yeah.
We're going to start, and these are all artists who charted in the year 1993. Some of their songs we may hear coming up later. We
Right.
actually do the top songs.
Yeah.
But these all charted. All these artists charted in 1993, according to the Billboard Hot 100 singles for the end of the year, 1993. We're going to start with Tupac.
Ooh.
Adam, can you name the top 5 songs by Tupac on Spotify?
Let's start off with, this is a collaboration, so I'm not sure whose track list this could or should be on, but California Love has to be on there, right?
Oh. That is number 3.
Okay.
That is the 3rd highest Tupac song, according to Spotify. Spotify listeners. With 151,659,837 downloads. And one of my favorites.
It's a classic.
The
Great
video to this, I know we've said this.
Yeah.
The video makes this song.
It sure does. But I know Dr. Dre's on there. Was that a Dr. Dre song as well, or is it a Tupac featuring them?
I think it's considered a Tupac song.
Yeah.
Now let me welcome everybody to the Wild Wild West, a state that's untouchable like Elliot Ness. The track hits your eardrum like a slug to your chest, like a vest for your Jimmy in the city of sex.
I was a big Tupac fan back in the day.
Well, you got the 3rd one.
I remember where I was whenever he died. It was a sad moment.
Was it an embarrassing place?
No, that was a friend's house.
Was it an embarrassing place?
I was 12, not too embarrassing. I believe. Let's try some All Eyes on Me, shall we?
That is number 2.
Okay. I bet I know what number 1 is then. I think I know.
Okay.
I was a big Pac fan, you know.
Oh, here we go. You got 2. You got 2 out of 5. You got 2 and 3.
This is a wild card I'm going for. This is not what I believe to be number 1, but I think Dear Mama may be on there. Is Dear Mama on there?
No.
Okay.
You'd have to go down to number 7.
Okay.
To find that.
I am 96% sure number 1 is going to be Ambitions as a Rider.
You are a huge Tupac fan. That is number 1.
It's a classic.
Are you cheating over there?
I'm not cheating. I'm home paging.
No, I got you. So you've gotten 1, 2, and 3. 2 songs left, 4 and 5.
Okay. Got to dig deep here. Changes will be on here.
That's number 9.
Oh, really? That's one of my favorites of his. Changes is number 9?
Yep.
That's rough. How about How Do You Want It? Where's How Do You Want It?
It's not in the top 10.
What in the world?
Nope.
I think I'm stumped.
Number 4. Hit him up.
Man. See, should have known that. Should have known that.
Hey, do you want to try for 5?
I'll be here all night. What do you have for number 5?
Number 5.
Only God can judge.
Oh, man. I should have known that, too.
Yeah.
See, it's tough up here in the hot seat.
It's like the
It's tough.
word of Tupac.
Yeah.
Only God can judge me. That's not bad, though. That's not a bad showing.
3 out of 5. Yeah, not
You got
bad.
3 out of 5. How you do with number 2 for this week's That Hits the Spotify?
Yeah.
We're going to go with the group.
Okay.
Started charting in the early 90s,
Uh-huh.
charted in 1993, career spanned well into the late 90s. Actually, probably would have kept charting had it not been for a tragic accident.
Uh,
We're talking about TLC.
aha.
So, can you tell me the top 5 songs from TLC on Spotify?
Pretty sure number one.
T-Boz, Left Eye, and Chili.
That's true. I'm
That's
pretty,
the T, the L, and the C.
pretty sure number one is Waterfalls. Has to be, right?
It's number 2.
Really? Okay. So, by the way, the Crazy Sexy Cool CD was my jam.
It was really good.
Yeah.
Big TLC fan.
Yeah. I think I don't want to bring the mood down here. Didn't we talk about Left Eye's
Yeah.
that video, that final video?
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. Crazy.
Their videos were really good, too.
Oh yeah, they were. Yeah. Yeah.
Especially when you get into the songs from the fan mail album.
Yeah. Scrubs will be number one, won't it? Scrubs is one.
No Scrubs,
No Scrubs,
is
yeah.
number 1.
That's sad. That should be number one. That should be number
Shouldn't
one.
be number
No,
one?
I don't think so. I think they have much better song. This is their. I don't know. This is the one they're like 6 months into the tour. They're like, why does this song on the album? I hate it.
282,893,936 downloads. Or streams, I guess.
Is Creep on there? Love some Creep, you know.
Creep is number 3
Love some
for
Creep.
TLC.
There's a class in the old satin pajamas.
Yeah. With the fans behind him.
Right.
Big set pajamas.
Yeah.
Loose fitting set pajamas.
With only the top 2 buttons button, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Showing plenty of midriff
Right.
on everybody.
Yeah.
We should recreate that video.
I don't think anyone wants that, myself included. What else we have from Crazy Sexy Cool? It's got to be more than this, right?
It's number 3.
What about? I don't know if that'll be. Is Let's Talk About Sex on there?
Well, that's not TLC. That's In Vogue.
Let's Talk About Sex is yeah, it's them because she had the condom, right? Yeah, didn't Left Eye have the condom over her eye? The left eye. Let's Talk About Sex. Yeah, right.
I'm pretty sure that was In Vogue.
Really?
I'll double check.
Yeah, I could have sworn that was TLC. Huh?
Yeah.
I guess I'm getting the condom mixed up with the because I know for sure she had a condom back in the day.
Oh, yeah, that was her
Yeah.
look.
I guess I'm
That
just
was
getting-
Salt and Pepper.
That really, really.
Yeah.
Wow. Huh. Because in my head, that's the video for that with the condom. Well, dang. I think I'm stumped after 3 once again.
Oh.
You think I know these?
You get. I think you should probably know both of these. But I'll give you number 4.
Okay, give me a
we do
hint.
4 or 5.
Give me some hints at least. Give me a 4 or 5 hint.
Number 4 was also off the fan mail album.
Scrubs is all I knew from that one, really.
All right, well then.
What
here's
you
number
got?
4.
Does this sound pretty?
Uh-huh.
That's what it was, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I think this is actually the song you're thinking about. Number 5. What About Your Friends?
I don't think I knew that one.
This is one of their early ones.
Yeah, yeah. I would have never guessed the title, though.
Yeah.
Okay, 3 of 5 for 2. It's not bad.
Here's one of my favorites. If I was making this list, this would be in the top 5. You remember this? Oh, you know this one.
I don't think so.
This is from the Crazy Sexy Cool.
That was really?
Yeah, Red Light Special.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Final group. Full disclosure here. We decided
Yeah.
on Tupac and TLC.
Right.
But you said number 3 surprised you.
Yeah, give me a curveball.
So I'm going to go with a group that charted with 2 hit singles in 1993, but most of their hits were in the 80s, part of that new wave movement of the 1980s, none other than Duran Duran.
Here's the problem. Like, I love new wave with a passion. The problem is Duran Duran is my, not saying my least favorite, but at least I'm familiar with.
Right.
I'll say that. So for a fact, Hungry Like the Wolf is on there.
It's number 1.
Okay.
Hungry Like the Wolf. And one of our favorites to play on Rock Band.
Right. That bass line's
And-
fun.
I played this last night.
Oh, really? On Rock Band?
No, for Halloween.
Oh.
You have to have 2 hours of Halloween music.
Oh, yeah,
You start
yeah.
throwing in stuff
Yeah.
like Hungry Like the Wolf.
Almost positive number 2 is Rio, correct?
It's number 5.
Really? Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah, but it's on here. I watched the video for this within the last 2 weeks.
Sailboat, right? Some kind of boat?
Uh-huh.
I remember on a boat.
Yeah.
I think I'm stumped. I think 2 through 4 get me. Every song I'm thinking about is a Tears for Fears song or a Depeche Mode song. I think I'm
Well,
stumped.
I would have guessed this one that actually is number 7.
7?
Yeah, I would have guessed this one. A View to a Kill? This is a Bond
Oh,
song.
right. Yeah, wow. What are 2 through 4 then?
Well, the 2 songs I referenced from 1993 are both in the top 5.
Really?
Yeah. Number 2 is Ordinary World,
Oh, yeah. I know that one.
which refuses to play for some reason. There we go.
Yeah. Yep.
This is very early 90s sounding.
I can just hear, I can just see the scrolling, like, late night CD sales
Uh-huh.
with this song, the title scrolling up. I can see it.
And this is when it's highlighted.
Right, yeah.
I said that's number 2. I think I said it was number 3. That's number 2. Number 3 is also from 1993, and that's Come Undone, which is one of my favorite Duran Duran songs.
Really?
Yeah. Does this sound familiar at all?
No. Okay, yeah. This is very U2-ish. That's why I'm not feeling it.
Yeah.
I can feel it, yeah.
It is very U2-ish.
Man, Depeche Mode is so much better.
Then Duran Duran?
Yeah, I love
I mean,
Depeche.
I'm not going to argue that.
Yeah, I do this one.
That's number 3. Number 4. No?
No. What is that?
I'm going to let it get to the chorus. I think you know this one. Because I think this is on Rock Band 2.
Well, yeah, that's okay. Yeah. Wow.
I was kind of surprised this didn't make the top 5. Because this is like a quintessential Duran Duran song.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
So a couple of years ago, my wife and I go to Atlanta. I think it was for a Braves game. And she knows I'm a Duran Duran fan. And it's late at night as we're driving back, and she's going to fall asleep. And so she, puts the Apple Radio or Spotify, whatever it was, just on a Duran Duran album. And I think it was the one with Hungry Like the Wolf on it. And so we're driving along, and the entire album plays.
Yeah.
And when it gets to the album, she wakes up and she goes, "I am so glad that's over. I don't ever want to listen to that much Duran Duran again."
Yeah, that could be taxing.
I guess. Well, I enjoyed it. All right, so here we go. Take me back, Adam.
Yeah.
A young Adam, 1993. How old were you?
I was 9 this time. 9 years old. I was discovering myself. I just got my Sega Genesis a few years prior. Big into the video games. This is the point in time where around this time, I would play cassette tapes in my big cassette deck, and I would crank the music, and I would lower the volume on my video games. You know, does that make sense?
Yeah.
I was almost,
yeah.
I was almost speed running before speed running was a thing. I would start.
You were almost making YouTube videos.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what I was doing. I was doing like Sonic the Hedgehog speed run montages to Crisscross in the background.
And Jerry, enough we didn't put Crisscross on there.
And Jerry Clower comedy tapes.
Wow.
I had an eclectic taste.
That's an episode in itself.
Oh.
If you know who Jerry Clower is, please tweet at us right now.
I'm a huge Jerry Clower fan to this day.
Really?
He still makes me cackle. I listen to it. Yeah, I'm smiling thinking about it.
If you don't know who Jerry Clower is, Jerry Clower was that Jeff Foxworthy, James Gregory, Larry the Cable Guy.
Oh no, those guys
type humor 20 years earlier.
Yeah, but I don't know. Those guys.
He would just tell homespun stories.
Yeah,
and usually at the end, that's how he.
Love Jerry Clower.
That's what Jerry Clower impression. Not everyone has a Jerry Clower impression.
Yeah, but it was mostly
He wrote books too.
Really?
He wrote comedy books. Like he wrote books that were basically just extensions of his routine.
I used to in high school. I had like a lot of his CDs as comedy specials, and I would just drive around my small town and listen to Jerry Clower CDs, and if not that, it would be Alfred Hitchcock, his stories, like him narrating them. Yeah. That's why I had so many girlfriends back in high school.
Do a mashup of the two.
Jerry Hitchcock. It's good.
Well,
I love Clower, though.
Sadly, there's no Jerry Clower on the top hits of 1993.
Yeah. Jerry Clower. Just look up, the Tata Rides the Moped. It's my favorite story of his. I love Tata Rides the Moped. He had his best friend, Marcel Ledbetter. You remember these stories?
No, I don't.
Marcel Ledbetter was his main catalyst in almost every story.
Were you a big Ray Stevens fan, too?
No, that's trash. Clower's for the golden people. It's for the good ones.
Stevens is trash.
Yeah.
I went to high school with a kid whose last name was Ragsdale.
No.
Because Ray Stevens' real name is Ragsdale.
Really?
I'm sure right now you're probably listening. I don't even know who Ray Stevens is. So you lost me.
Yeah.
You lost me at Jerry Clower. Still lost. Went to high school with a kid whose last name was Ragsdale, claimed that Ray Stevens was his uncle.
That's possible.
But was never able to prove it in any way.
That's possible.
I would say prove it.
I'm kind of sad now that I'm thinking maybe most of the world doesn't know who Jerry Clower is.
Most of the world.
I thought he was like
I would say
a comedy golden standard. Seriously,
97% of the world doesn't know who Jerry Clower is.
Really? Yeah. Let me know. Let us know on Twitter at Adam and JP if you do or don't know who Jerry Clower is. I'm curious of this consensus here.
But I do. I get the reference.
Without Googling, who is Jerry Clower?
So, if you had to guess what the biggest song of 1993 was, according to the Billboard Hot 100 year-end charts for the year 1993, what do you think it would be? We'll start there.
Was it, because this was the big, for me at least, the big reboot, we'll call it, of the Aerosmith days? Was it an Aerosmith song?
It was not an Aerosmith song. No. That's coming up.
That was the beginning of the big time for them, like the second big time.
Yep. Their renaissance.
Yeah. I don't know. What was it? Was it Mariah Carey? Boyz II Men?
Tyler Songs.
No, yeah,
Steven Tyler. It was Whitney Houston.
Yep.
Quite possibly her biggest song of all time.
Yep.
From the soundtrack of The Bodyguard.
Mm-hmm.
A song that I could go the rest of my life without ever hearing it.
Really? This is like the pinnacle of vocal talent, though. I mean, really. It's fantastic.
I prefer the Dolly version.
Well, that's a problem. I mean, really, these are what chops are all about.
No argument. Huge Whitney Houston fan.
We're talking 25 years ago before the actual auto-tuning. I mean, of course, there was tweaking in the studio, but this is raw talent. Like, you don't hear pop songs do this kind of vocal range with zero background music to it.
True.
It doesn't happen.
Try this, Ariana Grande.
Yeah. Please.
Selena Gomez. I'm going to bump it to the end because I do. If there's one part of the song I like, it's the end. And I don't mean it like that.
Gee.
I mean the big belt. Yeah.
You went too far.
But there's 30 seconds left.
That's a long note.
She holds this for 30 seconds.
At least 28. See?
It's
a little dip there. Nope.
Nope.
Further back. Nope. Nope.
Wow. Oh, here it comes.
Yeah.
This is. I do like this.
Good belt.
Okay.
And no one, I mean,
She's pretty talented.
no one sings like that anymore. Like the song, don't like it, but as far as talent, that's kind of unmatched. Yeah.
She's a little pitchy. I'm joking.
It's hard to even mimic that with your mouth. That's tough.
So sad she met Bobby Brown.
Yeah.
She is one of the greatest singers of all time.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Yeah.
I just like some of her other stuff.
Like what?
I Want to Dance with Somebody.
It's old poppy bull crap bubble gum.
The national anthem.
Well, no, I can't, yeah, whatever.
Bag on that. It's so patriotic. Well, let's do this next one since you mentioned Aerosmith kind of making their comeback with the Get a Grip.
Yeah.
Was that the name of the
I
album?
believe so. That sounds right.
That contained Living on the Edge.
Crying.
Then this one, which not only helped solidify the return of Aerosmith, but gave a career to Alicia Silverstone.
Right, yeah.
There was a trilogy of videos with her, right? This was the first of a trilogy?
I know two. Was the three? I know two for sure.
There were three.
Really?
There was this one. There was the one with Liv Tyler.
Yeah.
And then there was the virtual reality one where she was the virtual reality girl.
I don't think I ever saw that one. Weird. That's the forgotten one. I never saw that.
That was the third one.
Wow. What song was that for?
Well, I'll have to look it up.
Weird.
This is the one where at the end she's hanging off the bridge.
Right, yeah.
Flipping the camera
Yeah.
off. And then she became Batgirl.
Yep.
I've listened to this song a lot.
That's classic. Yeah.
I would even play air harmonica at the end of this. Because before we go any further, the radio edit of this cut out the harmonica at the end.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So I would play air harmonica in the car listening to Crying by Aerosmith, and it would sound a little something like this. Well, wait for it. It's coming.
It's still coming.
Or maybe I've gone too far in this one, too.
I have no idea what the harmonica. I don't know.
Oh, there it was. Then the guitar kicks in.
Yeah, even in 93, there's no room for harmonica on radio airwaves. It's not. No room for that.
But this was huge. This was huge for them. All right, so what's another song that you picked out as one of your favorites?
For that year, I like music.
Well, we know.
I like food.
Okay.
One of my favorite foods is a nice, good homemade meatloaf.
Oh, would you say you might do anything for that?
I would do anything for it. Classic. So this is my first introduction to meatloaf. This was here. This song. The song, the video. The video was epic, man. It was amazing at the time.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And I was confused because this was like a rock opera. I didn't know. As a 9-year-old, I didn't know what was happening. I just knew I liked it.
You just knew it was something special.
Yeah.
This is probably, in my opinion, I know people like Paradise by the Dashboard Light. This is my favorite Meatloaf song.
Same here. And I mean, I would say factually his last hit, right? I mean, he had nothing past this.
I think there was something that off Bat Out of Hell 2.
Really?
That this was on. I think there was one other song that did okay. The follow-up to this.
Yeah.
But not like, it wasn't the smash hit.
Who's the female singing in this? Who is that?
I can't remember her name. But it's not the actress in the video.
Yeah.
Totally different person. Looks totally different. I don't karaoke.
Yeah.
Anymore.
Yeah.
I would karaoke this song.
Would you? A Meatloaf song?
Yeah.
You have to have that timbre.
I'd be one of those
You
guys.
need that sweaty timbre.
Oh, I could do it. I could do it.
never end.
Because I just want to do the dramatic part at the end. Just think about the pantomime you could do. You can really overact these lyrics.
What was that? What is that?
No, 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 I won't do that.
What is that?
You could do this part.
No, I wouldn't. What is that he won't do, though?
Cheat on her.
What? No.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you think that?
Listen to what she says.
I always fast forward to her part.
Will you raise me up? Will you help me down? Will you get me right out of this godforsaken town? Will you make it all a little less cold?
Oh, I can do that.
To every fantasy I got, would you hose me down with holy water if I get too hot? Will you take me places I've never known?
Oh, I can do that. I can do that.
Know the territory I've been around. It'll all turn to dust and we'll all fall down. Sooner or later you'll be screwing around.
I won't do that.
No, I won't do anything for love. But I won't do that.
Yeah,
Interesting.
that's what he won't do.
Huh.
It's her or nothing, is what he's saying.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
I got deep.
No, I don't think we can top that song.
I don't think so.
I think we peaked too early with this list because we got a lot more to go. All right, let me throw one in here. I'm a huge fan of The Fresh Prince.
Bro, I'm aware.
Will Smith.
Right.
In the early days, it was DJ Jazzy Jeff in the Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
Songs like Nightmare on My Street.
Yeah.
Parents don't understand. Just don't understand the theme to The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh, the exact same beat, by the way.
and
no
then
big deal.
I remember 1993 watching an episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and they tease all the way through at the end of the episode a sneak peek of Will Smith's new song and video, and it was this one.
This may be the second time I've ever heard the song.
I know, the first was earlier, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yo, back up now and give a brother room. The fuse
This was when he started to get a little more bass in his voice.
See me. My life was a cage, but on stage I'm free. Hyped up, psyched up, ready for wild.
I think it's the same album that Summertime's on.
Really?
Yeah.
That makes sense, yeah.
Come here, cutie. I flip her around and then I work that booty. Work the body, work the body. Slow down, girl, you're about
Boom,
to hurt
boom.
somebody.
Shake, shake the room.
Let's get just one thing clear. There's only one reason why I came here. You women don't want me to tell you what's up. You women don't want me to tell you what's up. You women don't want me to
Yeah, you hear the crisscross influence really.
You really can.
hear the crowd go. Boom, shake, shake, shake the room. Boom, shake, shake, shake the room. Boom, shake, shake, shake the room.
Tick, tick, tick.
Well, yo, are y'all ready for me yet? Well, yo, are y'all ready for me yet?
Pump it up, Chris.
Well, yo, are y'all ready for me yet? Well, here I go, here I go, here I go.
Instead of warm it up, Chris, it's pump it up, Prince.
Right, yeah.
Wow.
I'm just saying. Okay, what's another one you would put on here?
Let's go back for 2 seconds.
To
I
this
looked
song?
No, I looked up Lorraine Crosby, which is the female singer in the Meatloaf song.
Right.
In 2013, she was on season 2 of BBC's The Voice for the first round and got booed off by all 4 coaches.
Really?
Weird, huh? Yeah.
That is weird.
This was 20 years
She got
after.
booed off? That's what they do on that version of The Voice?
Well, rejected by. So
Oh,
yes,
okay.
Yeah, rejected by.
Boo.
Weird, huh?
That is weird.
Yeah. Who'd have thought?
And what year was she on there?
2013. So 20 years after the Meatloaf time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of want to see that
That
Lorraine
episode?
Crosby episode. Yeah.
Do you think Blake Shelton's on that version too?
I hope not.
It's Blake Shelton and Sting and
Yeah.
Elton John.
Yeah.
Those are the judges on the British version of The Voice.
There was the year of 1993, as you kind of started there, I think was a revolutionary time for I guess we'll call it more of a hip hop at the time. We didn't go to like the full good rap yet.
Yeah.
But the early days of the hip hop.
Oh boy.
We're talking like post Run DMC,
Uh-huh.
but pre like the territory wars of East Coast, West Coast.
I know where you're going now.
I think it's good. When I think of these times, me specifically, is my skating rink days. And the one song I think of is by Tag Team, that is Whoop There It Is.
Party people!
Don't you want to skate to this? You
I
wanna,
do.
You want to skate,
I
right?
don't even roller skate.
Full effect. That's me, DC, the brain supreme, and my man Steamrollin'. We're kicking the flow. We're kicking the flow. And it
Is this a
goes
cover?
something like this. Tag team.
Yeah, it's a cover.
Ah, I can't do that. Yeah, hang on. I looked it up by the title. My apologies. Tag team version isn't on here.
Really?
How is Tag Team not on Spotify?
It's like Daisy Dukes and Deuce. I guess those early 90s jock jams didn't make the cut.
Yeah, it's not on here.
Well, what does that from?
Tag Team sounds a little like
Yeah, it
this.
sounds like 4 white guys from California.
I know. But the original version is much better.
Yeah.
Same lyrics.
Yeah. You can hear it much clearer in that. He said, and my man Steamrollin'. I always thought he said Steve Rowland. And my man Steve Rowland. I'm like, I don't know who Steve Rowland is, but he's damn cool.
He's okay in my
I
book.
want to hang with Steve Rowland, too.
All right, well, I'm going to follow yours up with
Yeah.
one that you pointed out was our song of the week not too long ago. Our
Yeah.
Friday song.
Yeah. Yeah, you love the song.
Rex in
You
Effect.
do.
Rum Shaker. That's all I want to do. Check, baby, 1, 2. It's the same thing over there.
Yes. No
I just
difference.
went halfway through the song.
Wow. Is this the backing track? There you go. What a fast transition. So this is, of course, Rex in Effect,
Yeah.
led by Teddy Riley in 93.
Uh-huh.
We're talking like 2, maybe 3 years later, he forms Blackstreet with No Diggity and hits it big with that as well. Like,
Yes.
How do you do that to have a hit band group and 3 years later do the exact same thing with a different group? How does that work?
To study the early 90s hip hop is actually very fascinating when
Yeah.
you look at members who were in certain. I don't think the guys from Tag Team ever went on to.
I don't think so.
But you look at the guys that were actually vocalists and also behind the scene producers, and it's kind of a small number of people responsible for all that great hip hop of the early 90s that
Yeah.
you love so
Yeah.
much. And it was East Coast or West Coast.
Right.
Which we don't have time to get into it. That was all made up.
You think so?
That was all made
There was
up.
actual death involved.
Yeah, because somebody took it too far.
Yeah.
It was like professional wrestling. It was all made up to sell records. It was a mythology that was created that ended up crossing into. But you're talking about Tupac and Biggie, which
Right.
I don't think really had anything to do with East Coast or West Coast.
You don't think so?
No.
Wow.
If that was the case, shouldn't P. Diddy have been like top of the list?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I looked up Tag Team from Whoop There It Is fame.
yeah,
They were a band active from 1993 to 1995.
they broke up in '95.
Yeah. And apparently their first year was when they had that first hit. How's that possible?
I
There are
don't know.
bands like doing the grind for 20 years and nothing happens.
Because they're so certain that they're 1993. It's the beginning.
Yeah. Top.
You just hear it in their voice.
Their final fizzle. In 1995, they had the feature song for the movie Gordy, which was the Babe Wannabe, the song called Pig Power in the House.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
That's your swan song, literal.
Ugh,
Yeah.
that's rough. That's real rough. Do you have another favorite from 1993?
Well, it's not on there. I mean, I love Daisy Dukes, but there's no Daisy Dukes by
No
Deuce on
Daisy
there.
Dukes,
That's
no.
all I have. That's what wraps up my 93ness.
Are you sure?
I think so, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hey, yo, what's going on, yo? I'm sick and tired of 5-0 running up on the block, you know what I'm saying?
We're gonna save you
They came around looking for you
the theme
other
from
girls.
Cops,
Come on.
because that would be on this list. But
Right.
then there's also this one. This is actually Snow.
Right, yeah.
Informer, you
You know, say that I'm a stormy, I go blam. I like you boom boom down. Take the man that say that I'm a stormy, stab somewhere down the lane. I like you boom boom down. Informer. You know, say that I'm a stormy, I go blam. I like you boom boom down.
All right, so there's some. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm digging deep in the legendary mythos of
Tag team?
Of tag team. So when
They say they're back again. Tag team's back again. So were they here before?
that's their first year of existence. I don't think so. But in 1994, Addams Family Whoop came out. I'd never heard that.
Oh my good. Well, it's not going to be on here because tag team's not on.
Addams Family Whoop. In the same year, because in 93 we had Whoop, There It Is, right?
Uh-huh.
In 94, the following year, you have Whoop, There It Went, featuring Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, and Goofy. How do you have, imagine that 2 years of their life.
So that was like the radio Disney version?
Yeah, they're doing Disney characters, they're doing the Addams Family, and then it just fizzles out. With Pig Power, 95. Whoop, There It Went. And they in 95, wow. A music video with Donald Duck. Who would have thought?
Well, here's one that says original radio. Is this it?
Party people! Yeah! Tag team music in full effect. That's me, DC, the brain supreme, and my man Steve Rowland.
That's not it. Is that it? This isn't it.
And it goes a little something like this.
What is this? No, that's too modern.
This is Dodge and Viper featuring Tag Team.
Yeah, it's too modern.
Well, there's the
That's
Eric
Tag Team
Chase
featuring
dub
Skrillex.
mix.
You don't have Whoop, There It Went? You can't find that? Whoop, There It Went?
Oh, there's no Disney stuff on here.
Really? You're on Spotify? Oh, you're on Spotify.
Yeah, I'm on
I thought you were
Spotify.
YouTube. I got you. No. Well, there you go.
Wow, this is just annoying. Okay, so quickly go through some of the other hits from 1993. Here's one of Adam's favorites.
We should be nice. He follows us on Twitter still, you know.
It's true.
That's yeah.
Spin Doctors, Two Princes.
Yeah.
I love this song so much when it first came out.
Yeah, me too. Hey, man, listen.
This is kind of interesting because this is kind of like the crossroads of alternative, grunge,
A lot of things
hip-hop,
are transitioning
rock.
at this time, yeah.
1993 was, in all seriousness, a big transition year for music because, you know, the whole pop boy band Disney kid going on to have a music career is still a couple of years down the road.
Yeah.
So you have like Two Princes by Spin Doctors or this one. Every time I hear this song, it takes me back to Cookeville, Tennessee.
Oh, really?
My buddy Jay helping him move into his apartment right off campus of Tennessee Tech and going to a coffee shop afterwards. Remember this song? I heard this song like 4 times in one day.
25 years and my life is
Four Non-Blondes, what's up? So when you said
her style and her look of the earrings and the big top hat, it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really caked on makeup.
Yeah.
Braids
Mm-hmm.
and the hat. It was
Yeah.
It was almost like a post-apocalyptic steampunk.
It's true.
When you said you were a big fan of food,
Right, yeah.
I really thought this was the song you were going to play. Not by the hair.
That, by the way, is Maynard James Keenan of Tool. So that
Really?
So that pig. That's Maynard, yeah.
This is green jello.
Yeah.
Or jelly. It says jelly here. There's no umlaut.
Really?
Yeah. 3 Little Pigs. And this was on the radio. I remember hearing this on the radio.
And the MTV video was played a lot.
And that whole alternative grunge sound, then it was going mainstream. So
Uh-huh.
you would hear like kind of almost mainstream rock songs that had a grungy hint to it,
Yeah.
like this one,
Right.
Soul Asylum and Runaway Train.
So many secrets I couldn't keep. Promised myself I wouldn't weep. One more promise I couldn't keep. It seems no one can help me now. I'm in too deep. There's no way out. This time I have really led myself astray. Runaway train, never going back.
And a movie soundtrack. One of the last huge movie soundtrack songs I can recall was in 1993
What's
from
it gonna
Benny
be?
and June,
Oh yeah.
the Proclaimers.
You're right. So yeah, trivia standby for me now.
I know.
Yeah, it is.
Which, by the way,
Yeah.
been to a couple of your trivia.
You
nights.
have, yeah. You're a common patron now. I like it.
They're really good.
Yeah, thank you. It's
I
fun.
enjoy it.
Yeah.
Especially when you tailor the music to my taste.
I bet you like that. Yeah.
And it's hard to think this would be like the twilight of some iconic artist careers would be in the early 90s.
Yeah.
Like
so much hope and future, but
like
it never happened.
Sting had all that success with the Police
Oh, yeah, yeah,
through the
yeah.
80s, and then he had some solo stuff in the late 80s,
Mm-hmm.
and then really his last charted songs was around 93. And then other artists like,
Which is weird. His last hits were 25 years ago.
yeah,
That's crazy.
but I would contend his best music has been since. That's not true. His last hit was Brand New Day
Yeah. I mean,
in 2000.
straight up Police stuff. I can't. For me, it can't be beaten. Holds no candle.
I do like some of his solo
Can't
stuff.
do it. Can't do it.
Mercury Falling's a great album. Like Billy Joel had a big hit in
Yeah.
1993
Yeah.
with this song. Like you don't even think about Billy Joel having a hit song in the 90s.
Even though I know the river is wide, I walk down every evening and stand on the shore. I try to cross to the opposite side so I can finally find what I've been looking for. In the middle of the night, I go walking in my sleep through the valley of fear to a river so deep. I'm searching for something taken out of my soul, something I'd never lose. Somebody stole. I don't know why I go walking at night, but now I'm tired and I don't want
And that was a cover, correct?
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think River of Dreams. I forget who recorded it.
It's one of those bands. One of those groups.
One of those groups.
I go walking in my sleep.
And then I think I would say, now I've told you I've enjoyed a lot of the stuff that we've played
Yeah.
from 1993. Aerosmith,
Right.
big fan, lifelong fan of Aerosmith.
Yeah.
Tag Team, Rex and Effect, TLC.
Yeah.
But this may be my favorite song from 1993, and the one song that will assure that this gets pulled off YouTube.
Really? Ah. You're correct.
They don't play with the Prince songs on YouTube. We found that out the hard way. Prince and the NPG.
Classic.
But at that point, it was
Great video too.
the artist formerly known as Prince.
Yeah.
I think this was the first, like his first album is, I can't remember the name of the album.
Yeah. That was the first one though. The first
Love Symbol.
single off of it.
Love Symbol. I
Yeah.
think this was the first, the artist formerly known as Prince release was 7. Any final thoughts on 1993?
I appreciate this music more than the first few little bits we did of 99 music. Going back to 1999, man, that was rough.
Yeah.
That was bad music.
But you love All Star.
I appreciate it for what it is. It's a good comedy album, good comedy song.
We almost played All Star again. we almost played Hit Me Baby One More Time.
Yeah, see, those are rough songs, but I think this little more revolutionary. These songs were.
Yeah, I do enjoy the early 90s popular music because it, like we said, it's that transition period where you can see that
All genres are kind of changing. Rock and rap, it's all happening.
Yeah, and even in rock, by 93, grunge was running its course. And 94 is when Kurt Cobain died, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, grunge was had kind of run its course. I think it was around 93 or 94. Guns N' Roses was petering out with the Use Your Illusion. I think November Rain was their last hurrah as far as like a popular song. I think 93 or 94 is when they released the Spaghetti Incident, which the band was splitting up and it's not good. Buckethead hadn't joined yet.
Not yet. It didn't save it yet.
No. Good decade and a half away from Buckethead.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a 2-3 year period where you kind of had a lot of one-hit wonders. I would contend that a lot of what we played tonight was one-hit wonders.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Tag team.
Yeah.
Spin Doctors had 2, 4 Non-Blondes.
Yeah.
And it was that last period where you had a bunch of one-hit wonders was that early to into mid-90s. Because once you hit the pop movement with the Britneys and Backstreet Boys and NSYNCs, it just saturated from
pop princesses, the boy bands. It was everywhere.
From 90, you can almost blame Hanson. I think it started with Hanson.
Nah,
with Bop.
But they're like an actual band.
Yeah, I know.
The pop crap is all synthetic.
It's so funny because it tries to bubble up every now and then.
What's
Even
that?
to this day, you see groups try to, and every now and then they push through. I mean,
like boy bands, you mean?
Like boy bands.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That happens every now and then.
That's the one?
I mean, One Direction was
One
huge.
Direction. That's what I was trying to think of.
Yeah.
One Direction, and there's even a pretty popular J-pop group
Oh yeah, I've seen them. I don't know their name, but I've seen them
that's starting
like
to
on Ellen and stuff. They're on Ellen.
make some waves.
Yeah.
And a few years ago, well, I guess it was almost 10 years ago now, the Pussycat Dolls.
Oh yeah.
They tried, but really, they tried to sell that as a group, but it was really just the one.
Yeah,
Nicole,
yeah.
what's her name?
Yeah.
They had her front and center
Yeah.
doing all the vocals.
Yeah.
Which
What
is, I think, why the group split up.
What a terrible time of music.
Of that early 2000s.
If I had to get rid of one musical act in the history of music, that's in the running.
Pussycat Dolls?
Yeah, for sure. That's in the top running for me.
Don't you?
Yeah, see? Mm-mm.
Buttons?
No, see, yeah.
Buttons?
Yeah, we're good. Think about it. If for like popular artists and groups, if you could just, I'm not talking about pain and death and bad stuff, but eradicate a nice,
Just
simple, wipe them out.
erase.
Wipe them, yeah, exactly.
from existence.
Who would you just erase from history?
If you'd asked me this in 1993,
Yeah.
it probably would have been Nirvana.
Really?
I did not like grunge.
Really?
Well, you got to understand, I was a big fan of Guns N' Roses and Def Leppard and Nazareth and, Ronnie James Dio.
Yeah.
So that whole,
Yeah.
I did not. It took Stone Temple Pilots, and
Really?
Interstate Love Song,
Interesting.
hearing that before I was finally like, okay. And then from Interstate Love Song, other STP songs, then I made my way to Pearl Jam. Then I made my way to discovering Alice in Chains about a decade too late.
Really?
And then finally Nirvana.
Wow.
Like really kind of
Yeah.
listening to Nirvana.
I was always a big Soundgarden guy. That was my grunge.
Soundgarden was good.
That was my stuff.
Soundgarden was good.
Yeah.
But if I had to erase one, like today, if I had to erase one group, who would it be? Group or single artist?
Musical act, whatever you want, both.
Musical act.
Yeah.
Hmm.
LMFAO?
Party rock is in
How about
the-
some,
No, we had some fun with Party Rock Anthem back in the day.
Man. I don't even know what songs they sing, but the group BB Mac always comes to my head.
Oh,
What
BB Mac.
What did BB Mac do?
Oh, what is that? They had the one
Yeah, I don't know.
big hit. I don't know that I hate any group or individual that much.
Yeah. I mean, you have to have like a Nickelback or
Oh.
something. I mean, like a something.
Nickelback, but without Nickelback, we wouldn't have had that
a
great
Creed?
Raw theme song for 2 years.
A Creed, maybe.
Burn it to the ground.
Evanescence, something, you know?
Yeah, maybe Creed.
Yeah.
Maybe Creed. Because I do not like Creed.
I know Creed loves Nickelback because the decades-long hate Creed always had has been taken up by Nickelback now. It's
That's
funny.
true.
I wonder what the next one is.
Who?
Like you never hear about Creed hate anymore. Creed hate was the cool thing for a bit. Now it's all to hate Nickelback.
Maybe Florida Georgia Line.
Ooh, good choice.
Maybe Florida Georgia Line.
Very good choice.
'Cause I think Florida Georgia Line has been responsible for
Yeah.
some bad trends.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Some not so good trends.
Yeah.
In music.
Agreed.
If I had to pick like a rock band, I don't know who would yours be. Well, other than Pussycat Dolls.
If I had to say a rock band,
Yeah.
Oh man.
And Nickelback.
I'm gonna say it. This is a post Halloween hot take. You ready for this?
It's a 1993 hot take.
No, I get crap for this a lot because it's one of my wife's favorite bands. But I cannot stand Cage the Elephant. Can't stand them.
Really?
Yeah, something about that just makes me cringe. It really does.
Not even No Rest for the Wicked?
Especially No Rest for the Wicked.
Really?
Yeah, especially that song. If I hear the first chord, it is getting changed quickly.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nope. we're done. I don't know why. I don't know what happened.
What's
Something
the video game that used that?
Borderlands did.
Borderlands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something about them and his voice and the music. I don't know why. I can't explain it.
Buckcherry.
Ooh, yeah.
If I could erase one group from existence, I think it would be Buckcherry.
Yeah, I see that.
That would be one,
Yeah.
for sure. What about current? Chance the Rapper?
You're not feeling him? He's kind of there.
Well, because I missed a trivia question.
Oh, you did? Yeah, you did.
So certain it was Kendrick Lamar.
Current. I don't know, man. It's tough. DJ Khaled. He can go away.
Yeah, mine's Charlie Puth.
Oh, really?
I don't like Charlie Puth.
Not feeling him?
Mm-mm. Nope. Nope.
It's kind of just there.
What about a band from the 80s that you could wipe from existence?
Oh, man. There's so many. That actually had more than one hit, you mean? Like,
Yes.
there's so many one-hit wonders.
Like, what's an 80s group that comes on the radio, you switch? You're listening to the Retro Channel on your Sirius XM satellite radio.
I mean, Bon Jovi's my go-to.
Wow.
I can't stand Bon
Bon
Jovi.
Jovi.
Yeah, can't stand Bon Jovi. Can't.
No Bon Jovi.
None of it. So that and I think the multiple cons we've done and karaoke times have burnt me on every single Bon Jovi song ever. And
Don't say it. Don't say it. Oh, you're going to say Journey.
Journey's almost dead to me.
Oh.
Like, I know, yeah.
I can understand wanting to wipe a Journey from karaoke bars.
Yeah.
But from
I don't hear when I hear those songs, if I hear a Journey song start up.
Like, we never get to hear Lights again?
No.
When the lights
No.
go down.
Don't, and especially like not only karaoke, but with the weddings I do, Don't Stop Believing is played every single
Just
wedding.
a small town girl.
If I had a dime for every time the dance floor closed with that song and people think it's genuine to throw their hands in the air with 10 of their best friends and sing that, this happened last week.
Did we do that at your wedding?
No, I didn't play. No Journey, no Journey, no Journey.
It was a Journey-free wedding.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but it's way overdone. So Journey, because Steve Perry has a fantastic voice. I'm aware of that.
Right.
Where John Bon Jovi does not.
Yeah.
So I don't. Yeah, Bon Jovi goes away for sure.
You know who I think I could do without?
Who's that?
Here's a JP hot take.
Yeah.
Fleetwood Mac.
Oh yeah, I've always been a hater.
I think I'd do without Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah. Eagles can go away.
Oh, I don't know.
They can suck it.
Ooh, I don't
Eagles-
know. I like some Eagles. Seven Bridges Road?
The Eagles can suck it.
I love Seven Bridges Road.
I don't even know what that
I
means.
think you're
so they can
burned
suck
out
it.
on Hotel California.
Yeah, for sure. I don't even know what that means, but they can suck it.
Well, it's a song.
Oh, okay. I'm good. Yeah, just their style and their. I don't know. I'm good. I'm done.
If you had to listen to one group
Yeah.
for the rest of your life, you can choose from these three.
Yo, no.
This is all the music.
It's gonna
You're
be
gonna be
easy
stranded
until
on
you
an
give me
island.
that. Oh no.
Stranded on an island. One of these three bands is the only music you will have for the rest of your life. Journey, Nickelback, Fleetwood Mac.
Journey for sure.
You pick Journey?
Yeah.
So you can if
Like I said, I like it. His voice is fantastic. It's
Okay.
amazing. It's just overplayed, and I'm done with it.
Mhm.
The only good songs I like, I've heard way too many times.
I've heard a lot of Journey in my life.
Yeah.
Foreigner too. I've heard a lot of Foreigner.
Really?
Heard a lot of Foreigner, a
Yeah.
lot of Journey, a lot of not that I'm saying that I would want to get rid of Foreigner or Journey or the Doobie Brothers, but I have heard a lot of Doobie Brothers in my life.
I like some Michael McD though. Makes me laugh.
No. It's the worst Doobie Brothers. Michael McDonald.
You think
Michael
so?
McDonald ruined the Doobie Brothers.
Yeah, but he went on to greater pastures.
Taking it to the streets.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we could go on the rest of the night with this.
I love some Michael McDonald. I actually do like Michael McDonald.
For real.
Like, for real. Like, not ironically. Like, I listen to him with the windows down, just like, just singing along with him.
Well, what's the one from 40-Year-Old Virgin?
Oh, Yamo Be There.
Yeah.
Yamo Be There.
No.
That's good.
Let us know what group you'd like to wipe away from music existence.
The snap of your finger.
You can email us, ajp@adamandjp.com.
Don't forget, Twitter is fun. At Adam and JP. Let me know about your Jerry Clower love on Twitter. And if you want, if you're a big Jerry Clower fan, go to patreon.com/podcasserole. Put some of those funds down for the next Jerry Clower project.
We'll resurrect Jerry Clower.
Yeah, we do that.
Just in time for next Halloween.
Yeah, Marcel Ledbetter. Check that out. And Tata Rides the Moped. Classic stories.
And look up Ray Stevens while you're at it. The Blue Cyclone.
Right, yeah.
I'm Jay Patrick. That's Adam.
Eat your podcast.
I am yours now and you are mine, and together we'll love through all space and time, so don't cry. One day all seven will die. And I saw an angel come down unto me. In her hand she holds the very key. Words of compassion, words of peace. And in the distance, an army's marching feet. But behold, we will watch them fall. And we lay down on the sand of the sea. And before us animosity will stand and decree that we speak not of love, only blasphemy.
This has been a production of the Adam and JP family of on-demand talk radio.
AdamandJP.com.
Right now.